Hey y'all, Chef Irix guy here, and when I read comments like this on my YouTube channel, I have to post an almost immediate response, and this response is face on video. So, reading comments, some guy yup 1225 is a YouTuber that I'm responding to. Some guy yup 1225 said, "How do you like the Masterbuilt? My wife complains the meat has a odd flavor every time I cook in it, but I like it. Very easy to smoke." So, number one, he caught my attention because I'm smoking yet another Boston butt in my Masterbuilt electric smoker. And they're always delicious. Honestly, I can't go to a barbecue restaurant and get a better butt. Now, I smoke mine for about 24, 26 hours, depending on the size of the butt. This one's around a 10-pound butt. It'll probably go for about 26 hours. But I want to answer your question as thoroughly as possible. Now, I've been smoking barbecue for many years. I've also been doing electric smokers for several years. This isn't my first electric smoker, but it's my favorite electric smoker. Now, whether I was cooking in an old like an oil barrel that was cut in half and turned into a smoker for charcoal and hickory, or smoking in an electric smoker, I can always achieve what I feel are phenomenal results. So the fact that your wife thinks it has an odd flavor, that's a problem. So I'm going to go through a checklist with you, and anyone else that may be watching this, not just you. Wait, let's see, what was your screen name again? I don't want to misquote it. Some guy yup 1225. So some guy yup 1225. First of all, prior to your initial smoke in your Masterbuilt electric smoker, did you season it? Now, if you don't know what seasoning means, that's fine, and it's also a bad thing because it means you probably didn't season it. So prior to your first smoke, when you get this thing out of the box, put all the racks in, get it ready for the first smoke, you don't want to smoke on it. And that's the same for any electric smoker, any grill. You want to season it first. Not saying it's necessarily dirty on the inside, but you buy a new car, you get that new car smell. Well, imagine an electric smoker. You've got that new electric smoker, and it may have that new electric smoker smell. Now, that doesn't necessarily translate to quality taste. So what you need to do before you smoke on one of these the first time is thoroughly rub the inside and the grates and everything. I use a canola oil. Just go to your discount store, get the cheapest canola oil you can get, rub it thoroughly, put a ton of hickory chips, pull, instead of using the side loader, pull that tray out, load it to the gills with hickory chips, turn the heat on your Masterbuilt up as high as it'll go, and let it run for many hours. And put additional chips in there. I would say let it go for at least 5 or 6 hours. You want to make sure that you've eliminated any potential factory flavors that may exist. So that could be one point of failure. Another point of failure that could be the root cause, when you smoke, do you, sorry, my sinuses, man, are driving me nuts. When you smoke, do you put hickory chips in there? If you're not using hickory, what type of wood are you using? Some woods produce less than desirable flavors. Hickory is something that most people associate with barbecue. Hickory is a safe bet. But it could be that your wife, maybe she doesn't like hickory, so you could try applewood. You could try mesquite. You could try pecan. You could try cherry. You could try maple. The list goes on. So maybe it's the type of wood you're using. Now we're going to go to the next thing. And by the way, I want to encourage you, if you haven't checked it out, check out my step-by-step how to smoke a pork butt in the Masterbuilt electric smoker. And I encourage you to watch that. Get your wife, be like, sit down. Sit down. We're going to watch this. Get her to watch that with you. And then follow my steps, step by step, with your Masterbuilt. Go down to your butcher, get you a pork butt, do exactly what I do, and then tell her, say, hey, taste my butt. Does she still say it doesn't taste good? Because if she doesn't, then we got a problem, because the butts that I smoke, I love. My wife loves it. Everybody I know loves it. I mean, I love to smoke butts, and that's how I smoke my butts. So, you try that. That's another thing to try. Also, and part of that video is the preparation. Maybe the meat that you're smoking, maybe you're not properly rubbing it, or maybe there's some seasoning that you're using that you like that your wife may not like. That's another possibility. Could be something that's making her not like the flavor of your smoked meats in your master build. So some other things it could be, your water pan. Do you use a water pan? If not, you need to fill that water pan. Something else I would encourage you to do, and something I often do, water, just water is fine. But if you really want to take it to the next little level, what I would encourage you to do is chop up some garlic clove, just drop it in there. Chop up some onion, drop it in there. Garlic clove and onion. As that smokes, if you're doing a pork butt, for example, as that smokes for many, many hours, not only is it going to help, the water pan helps with moisture, it helps tenderize the meat, but having that chopped garlic clove and onion in there enhances the aromatics. So that's going to even further enhance the flavor profile. So, there's a lot of things that, that could come into play here. And, the main thing that comes to mind, and when I read your comment immediately, I was like, how long have you had this electric smoker? Did you properly season it? That's something that immediately came to mind. Also, how do you store your electric smoker? When you take it out and you're ready to smoke, do you sniff around in there? Maybe you did an animal crawl, did an animal crawl in there and die, and you're not aware of it, and it's adding odd flavors to your smoked meats. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but is there's in a less ridiculous fashion? Is there something that maybe you store your smoker while it's not in use next to, say, a citronella candle or something like that, or a tiki torch, and maybe while it's not in use, odors from a candle or a torch, or maybe there's some sort of cleaning product or whatever, something that's being introduced into that smoker, and it's creating these undesirable flavor profiles. So there's a lot of things that could do that. But I mean, I've never had any problems with the flavor profile of my meat. Not just the way that, you said you liked it, but I'm saying I've never had a problem. Number one, I've always liked it. Everybody that's eaten it's always liked it. And there's no just being nice and be like, yeah, that tastes good, and then spitting it out. No, that tastes great. Okay, is there more? Coming back for seconds and thirds. So it's good. I know I can consistently produce high quality products in that master build. Now, I'm not an expert with smoking everything, but what I do smoke, my favorite thing is pork butt, Boston butt. Again, check out that video. Sit your wife down. Be like, look, we're going to spend, I think that video may be about a half hour long, but sit down with her, get her a drink or something, and just be like, look, we're going to watch this in its entirety. So, yeah, that would be my recommendation, would be to watch that video, get a pork butt, go through it step by step, do exactly what I do, and, take your time. It's going to take probably 24, 26 hours or so to smoke. That optimal internal temperature is 201 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you don't have an ambient probe, that's another thing. Are you smoking too long? Are you smoking not enough? You need to be using a wireless monitoring system like I use. And you can find it linked within this video's description. Very affordable. But that's important because you're monitoring your ambient, which is the internal temperature. You're also monitoring the meat temp, because I've got a second probe stuck in the middle of my butt, so I'm able to keep that under observation. So And let me show you this. This is the app. So it's got the physical, the little orange thing down there. But you can see here my ambient temperature, and it'll fluctuate by a few degrees, is 229, 229, 228. Again, it'll fluctuate by a few degrees. And then my butt right now is 101 degrees. So this is super convenient because not only can you monitor the current temperature, but ambient, for example, I started this at 1610. Currently, it is about almost 1900. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in this video. If you've got 4K, crank it up. But this is a historical graph of my ambient temperature. So I can see if I've had time where I'm going to hide my eyes so it doesn't focus on them. If I've experienced radical drops or increases, which I haven't, I've stayed consistent right around, you know, when I've added more chips, it'll briefly become a little bit warmer. But I like to keep it right around 225. If it goes a little bit below 225, that's fine. If it goes up to 230, that's fine. Keep your ambient temperature consistent. And the way to monitor that is to use one of those probes. And it's app linked if you choose to do so, or you can just look at the device itself. I can look at the device right now. I can also look at my app. So I can walk around my house. I can keep monitoring my ambient temperature and my butt temperature. And see, my butt right now is 102 degrees. But you can see the historical graph for my butt. It started at about 60 degrees. Now it's up to about 102 degrees. So you can see you've got historical view of your ambient and also your meat. And that's important because I will say, and when y'all do watch my video, how to smoke a pork butt in the Masterbuilt electric smoker, your target temperature, there's a bunch of different opinions. Follow my advice. 201 degrees Fahrenheit on the dot. 201, 201, 201 on the dot. Not a degree lower, not a degree warmer. And when you pull your butt out, when it hits 201, take it, put it in a, you know, some sort of dish. I don't even bother with covering it. I mean, I take it inside where the temperature is around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Put your butt somewhere on the countertop. Let it do what's called rest. I'd let it rest for 30, 45 minutes. And then pull that pork, and it's going to be excellent. Also, the sauce. You don't have to have sauce with the butt because it's going to be perfectly moist and flavorful. But if you do want to add a sauce, check out my mustard barbecue sauce recipe. Super simple. It's not super sweet. Maybe your wife doesn't like sauce, but if she does, maybe she might like mustard sauce more than a primarily ketchup-based, you know, darker reddish color barbecue sauce. Try it with my mustard sauce. Well, there's a hummingbird. Whoa, sounded like a helicopter coming through, man. Yeah, so that is exactly what I would do. And I'm trying to think of anything else. So just to kind of recap, so did you season your Masterbuilt? If not, hey, you can go back and season it now. It's not too late. So if you didn't, you need to do that, and you need to abandon cooking in it until you properly season it. Your water pan, make sure you at least got water in there, but ideally water plus chopped onion plus chopped garlic clove. Your seasoning on the butt itself. You know, use that, and check out my video for the step-by-step how to do it. But you're gonna want to use yellow mustard for the binder to make the seasoning stick. And then use sorry, I've these allergies, man. But then use a barbecue salt. And I've got one linked within this video's description. It doesn't have to be expensive. but it works and it's delicious. You're not trying to overpower the flavor of the meat. You're just trying to accentuate the flavor of the meat. So that's a good one. And most importantly, your time. Were you monitoring the ambient temperature? Were you sticking around 225 Fahrenheit? Assuming you were cooking a pork butt, did you let it get to 201 degrees on the dot? Okay, if you did, great. But then did you let it rest 35 or 45 minutes before you shredded your butt, before you pulled your butt? So there's a lot of point of failures that you might have encountered, and I'm not trying to insult you, because this is a very complicated process. Every barbecue chef has their own techniques and recommendations. These are just my opinions. So, but what I will say is that if you sit your wife down and be like, we're going to watch Chef Irick's guys, how to smoke a Boston butt on in a Masterbuilt electric smoker, and then you actually do it, and then you actually eat it, and then if she's not happy, well, you got a few options at that point. You can try to cook something else, see if she likes that, or you could just be like, hey, look, I'm going to go out and I'll be back later. You go to a bar and find some other girl that likes barbecue. But I don't know. You don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to create problems with your wife. So try that. I hope this video helped. If it did, be sure to like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell. And anyone that's watching this, if you're shopping for the Masterbuilt electric smoker like I use, the seasonings, all the accessories, the wireless thermometer, expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order it all online. So appreciate your viewership, and I'll throw up a YouTube card. The video I was talking about how to smoke a Boston butt, how to smoke a pork butt in a Masterbuilt electric smoker. It's a very long duration video that I filmed, but I filmed that because I knew it could help people like you. So thanks for your viewership. Comment below, and I'll be more than happy to try to respond to every question. This question was great, and it prompted an immediate face-on video response. Thanks again. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Irick's Guy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.